Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. So, what is it today? Today is the 29th of December 2024. So I'm going to do a series, part 1, 2 and 3 of looking back in 2024, the year 2024, of the gadgets, mostly tech stuff. And as you can see in front of me, these are the phones I purchased, smartphones, mobile phones, cell phones, whatever you call them in your region. I purchased this year. I go through them, and yeah, just to name my likes and don't likes and recommends or don't recommend, really. Just let everyone know I'm not sponsored by anyone. I don't have enough subscribers, but you know what, you can help me, sponsor me. No money, not interested in that at the moment. Just give us a like, subscribe. That's all I need, really. I did say by the end of the year I wanted to get 1,000 subscribers, which at the moment I've only got 764, which is, to be fair, actually it's actually really good. I didn't think I was going to get this much, but the 1,000 was more like a stretch target, really. So I'm not going to get that. You never know. Who knows? I might get 200, 300 by the next 2 days, right? But who knows, right? But you know, I'm going to extend the target to end of January 2025. Hopefully I get 1,000 subs by then. If you do, thank you very much. Appreciate everyone who watched this, like, subscribe and everything like that. Alright then, so here's the 5 phones that I purchased this year. It starts from the left all the way to the right, as in early January onwards. So start with the first phone purchased this year. It was actually mid-January or early January, I can't actually remember. This one's a Nubia Z60 Ultra. Actually, my first Nubia phone was actually the Z50 Pro. I don't think it came out in this country. I'm not 100% sure. I purchased that, and if you look at my videos, literally I think it was around August or September of 2023. Check that video if you want to. It was the kind of like the khakis two-tone color and had a big ring around. That's what my first Nubia was. Then after that, I got the Red Magic 8 Pro. But this is this when I saw this, the design really just pop out to me. You know, the camera layout. I mean, some people didn't like it. Like I said, design's really subjective. And the fact is, I like the whole full screen, no hole punch, no notch, nice and square design. And by that time, I was kind of getting bored with the curved displays, you know. And also looking for, because I was a big fan of OnePlus, and then I kind of stopped because, you know, there used to be a flagship killer. You get like those value for money, and I kind of stopped that. And I think Nubia has kind of taken over that in a certain way. You can argue they don't have the best updates. They have improved a lot since then, but this one, I love this one. Camera is great. Love the camera. It's at that time, I still don't think it was the best. You still had the Vivos, you still had the Samsung, the Apples were probably better than this. This was probably around I think probably top 5, but for the price, it's like half the price of a good Samsung or Apple, and the hardware, the build quality, and just the design was well worth it. A couple of downsides, of course, updates didn't come too frequent. And you can argue that the front-facing camera is rubbish. It is. I think this is like the 5th generation, but to me, I couldn't care less because I don't really do selfies. But you have to put that as a negative as well, because as good as the front-facing cameras are or under the display is going to be, it's still going to be behind you know, the traditional hole punch ones. So lack of updates, that's definitely one of them. But like I said, it's a very niche market. It's for people who are very enthusiasts about phones, who maybe updating phones every 6 months or so. Definitely recommend this. For the price as well, for what you get, is amazing. The UI, you know, I don't really use the actual UI on this. You watch my videos, you know, I use Nova Launcher. I like to keep everything simple. So I would definitely, if you get a chance. I know there's a Ultra 7. Z70 I meant, and then there's also the Z60 leading version. They're all out. They're all really good for value. Yeah, so that's one. It gives a thumb up. I actually really do like it. Okay, following is OnePlus. This is not a 13. I mean, sorry, 12 or 11. This is a OnePlus Ace Pro 3, Ace 3 Pro or Ace Pro 3. I can't remember how they call it. Got this from when it comes out in globally, it becomes a OnePlus 13R if I remember correctly. But in Asia, it's called the Ace Pro. So it's the Ace 3 Pro. This is got, at that time was flagship, is using a, oh yeah, by the way, speaking about that, the Nubia that had the flagship chip as well, 8 Gen 3. This also had 8 Gen 3, but they cut corners where they reduced the camera quality. You can see most OnePlus will have the Hasselblad. This one doesn't. They kept the same design language. It caught my attention because I bought it on Wonder Mobile, really good place. Took about a week to come over. 400 and I remember £420, give or take. And for the specs and the battery, 6,000 milliamp battery, and the flagship chipset, amazing. This was actually carrying as my backup phone. So my Nubia was my main phone. This was my backup phone. Technically, I was using mostly for work related things. My Nubia was more my personal ones and my photography and filming camera. But this one's more business related. And I took it to work. The curved display, yeah, it's so bad. Once you put a case on it, it didn't feel so bad. It's more narrow, a bit more narrower than my Nubia. Great functionality. Color OS is the Chinese version, of course, and Oxygen OS is the global version. Really do like this phone. I love the texture kind of feel. I love that kind of gold accent around it. Design wise, like I said, very similar to the 12 that time, minus kind of the metal rim here. Overall, really do like it. Performance, battery was great. Of course, to cut corners, the camera wasn't the best, but that's why this is mainly as a work phone, really. So that is another good phone I bought. That was in I think it was July of July of this year, from Wonder Mobile, imported. I know they're going to release Ace 5 because in Chinese traditional culture, the number 4 is very bad luck. So like a lot of companies, in Chinese companies, they skip the number 4. So the next version is going to be Ace 5, and then Ace 5 Pro will pop out, which is going to be like in the UK or around the world will be OnePlus 13R. So yeah, keep an eye on that as well. Another great phone. On the downside, I said, because I can't really compare the OS because I use Novo Launcher really. The only downside I'd say is the camera. It's definitely, I would say, it's mid-range at the end. This is upper mid-range phone. Battery's great. It does. I did notice it. I mean, I don't play games, as some of you may know, but when I was kind of like filming and doing things, it did heat up pretty. I won't say very fast, but it heats up faster than my Nubia, if you know what I mean. So, a couple of cons there. But again, for the price, upper mid-range, £420, you can't go wrong. Another great phone. Okay, let's go into this one. This is I think got even end of August of last year. Last year, keep on saying last year. End of August of this year, sorry, is the Nubia Z60 Pro. I got the 50 Pro, which, like I said, you had the kind of like in between color, the khakis one. And I always liked the camera bump. This one's actually slightly bigger than the one before. I wish I had the old one I can compare, but I've actually given that away to a friend of mine who needed a phone. So there was a white version and there was I think a blue version, but of course I'm a sucker for all black, unless like this one has a really nice texture. I'm a sucker for all black, and also you can look carefully, it has this kind of really nice design, and I do like the camera layout. You can use your index fingers or whatever thing to hold it as secure like that. Hold it there, so it's really good. Great phone. This one I got is so all my Nubia so far has been the global version. This one's from the official website, and like most Chinese companies out there, you subscribe or you email them or something like that, and you get like an early bird. I remember, I think about £50 off, and this also come with a earbuds as well, which is great. $59.99 earbuds plus £50 voucher for early bird. I can't actually remember. I think it cost me about 600 and just a little over £600 after, I think it was £619 or something like that, give or take. Not tell you, it was actually probably, I can't remember, but I remember it was less than £600. That's when, if it's the full price, probably a little over £600, but I can't fully remember. You know what? I should remember the prices. But again, it's got a hole punch, as you can see. is the corners are rounded if you compare it to the other Nubia. So you can see here, you can see one's a bit more square and the other one's more rounded. But this still using a flat screen, great. This is also a Snapdragon 8 Gen. No, this is not the flagship. That's the reason why it was so cheap. This is actually 8 Gen 2. So this is also, if you think about this, these two was kind of like the kind of competitors of that time, kind of summer, upper mid-range. Great phone for the price. If I remember, like I said, price-wise, I think it was definitely under £600 for the price again. For what you get, great camera. Not as good because, like a couple of downsides is the camera was not as. It was more like a downgrade compared to the last Z50 Pro. The camera is still good though. It's like probably one of the best mid-range cameras, and for the price. What else is there? Also, like I said, the battery is pretty good. I think it was a 5,005, like nearly just under 6,000 milliamp battery. Cameras were, like I said, a downgrade, but at the same time for the price, it's definitely upper mid range. Overall build is good quality. I love the build. The actual video footage was a bit grainy, so a few downsides there, but at the same time you are paying less than £600 for this upper mid range phone out there, so I can't complain too much. So the downgrade is the cameras, of course. It's using a 8 Gen 2 instead of 8 Gen 3 at that time. Yeah. So overall, decent, one of the best mid-range phones at that time is still available. It's probably it's a lot cheaper nowadays. Alright then, so let's move to the next two. These are flagships by all means. Bought them this one, OnePlus 13. Got this around early. Actually got this, yeah, around when it was released at the end of October. I got this around that time. It took a week or 10 days to get here from Wonder Mobile imported. This one's all black. If you watch my video, I explain why I prefer this color. I'm not a big fan of the vegan leather, and also just love the whole, everything's all black, you know, all uniformed, and I love this color. I know some people didn't like it, but I like that pattern. If I can get that here, it looks like wood. Apologies for that noise. There's a couple of people in the kitchen as usual. So this is a OnePlus, great phone. This is a fantastic phone. This is one of the best all-rounder phones on the market at the moment. Camera is fantastic. Couple of things I will say. If you take photos, this is actually really good. The Hasselblad and all that stuff, the colors, the in-depth, all that stuff. It's only when you start filming gets a bit kind of I don't know, washed out, a bit grainy, or sometimes maybe there's an update. There has been a few updates. OnePlus are pretty good with the updates. There've been a lot of updates, but I haven't really checked the cameras because I've been using my other phone recently. So this is a fantastic phone. This is the Chinese version. Another great phone, I'm telling you now. And also I picked up a brand new cover for it, because the one you got with it is a all black one, if you check my last video. But I wanted something so I can showcase, of course with a bit of wipe, to showcase the pattern behind this, see-through like this. Because every time when I go to work and I showcase my phone, I always, with my old case, I always take it off just to show off the back. Now I can just show that. But of course, a bit of a wipe. Last phone of the year is my most recent one, the Nubia Z70 Ultra. This is the Starry Night. I keep saying Starry Sky sometimes, based on Van Gogh's painting. This is the 16 and 512 variant. I think I said in my previous video, this was probably the first time, if I remember correctly, that the special edition got released globally on a global website, because before it's always been you had to import it. This is fantastic. I'm currently in two minds, which is my personal, which is my work, and so on. Some people, a lot of I actually showed cases to my colleague. It was pretty split. Some preferred my old all black Nubia. Some really loved the night, the design. I thought it was really out there. So it's pretty 50-50. Like I said, design is very subjective. I love it. I love the design. I love the new placements of the camera. The camera is really good, by the way. Just letting you know, check my last video. I know the worst part is when you edit and you put it into YouTube, it doesn't really showcase how good some of the quality is. Great is a big screen, 6.85. The bezels are so thin this time round, as you can see here. That's my steps today are done. Hope you like my wallpaper. You can see how thin the bezels are. Amazing. 7th gen facing camera on the display. Much better, but still nothing compared to the traditional hole punch. This is fantastic. I love the camera quality. The video quality is great. Downside, I'll say, like I said, some people may get put off by the design. I love it. It's flat screens, amazing battery life. Gaming is going to be fantastic, even though I don't play games. Downside again is Nubia. Depends on how often they do updates. It's getting better. Since I got this, it's only got 2 updates. I mean, to be fair, my OnePlus probably had about 5 updates already in the past month. So 2 updates is nothing compared to the OnePlus or any other big company phone out there. But for Nubia, two updates in a month is actually really good considering before. So I hope they keep their promise and really start to update more. So overall, and also, like I said last time, I got another case from the same company as this. Again, I've got another one, a see-through case. I just wanted to really showcase the back instead of like taking it out and showing my friend. I can just go, look, here you go, peeling it off. But as in saying that, I did get a freebie case and one inside the box. So here you go. Overall, these are all the phones I purchased this year. Fantastic phones, all of them. I would recommend them all. Yeah. Until next time, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Please do stay safe. Please check back. I'm going to do another follow-up part 2. Next one is going to be about smartwatches, and the third one is going to be about the tablets that I purchased this year. Just got a quick rundown. Any recommendations, pros and cons, all that cool stuff. Yeah, please like, subscribe, all that cool stuff. Thank you very much. Until next time, good morning, good evening. No, sorry. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you're in the world. And please stay safe. Goodbye now.